Baptist Church. Come experience the Lord for yourself. Come experience the Lord for yourself. FWBC. Come experience the Lord for yourself.
Dr. Samuel DeWitt Proctor, you've heard the name. He is the one we named the conference for in his wonderful book. In his wonderful book, The Evidence of Things Unseen. He talks brilliantly. I love it. He talks brilliantly about how God blessed him to experience vindication. He was invited, Dr. Proctor, a PhD from Boston University, professor at Rutgers. When they saw his resume at Duke University, the chaplain at Duke invited Dr. Proctor to preach in the chapel there at Duke. And so they sent a letter. Of course, this is before Facebook, Twitter. This is before CNN and all of that stuff. And so the dean who sent Dr. Proctor the invitation, this is back in the 50s, did not know that Dr. Proctor was a brother with a PhD, Boston University, preaching all over the place, teaching at Rutgers University, invited him sight unseen. When Dr. Proctor arrived in North Carolina, there in Raleigh-Durham, Dean went to pick him up. He gets off the train. Dr. Proctor says, "Hello, Dean, I'm Samuel Proctor." The dean says, "No, you're not Samuel Proctor. You must be carrying his bags. Where is Dr. Samuel Proctor?" "I am Dr. Samuel Proctor." And the dean said, "You might as well get back on this train because a will never speak in this chapel unless it's over my dead body." Well, God don't like ugly. That's what Mama told me. Ain't too keen on pretty. And you know what happened? Dean dies. Well, a few years pass. The next dean invites Dr. Proctor to preach. Dr. Proctor says, "Hold on, I've had this invitation before. Are you sure you want me? By the way, I happen to be Negro. I happen to be black." And the dean said, "No, come on down. We know who you are. Come on down and preach." Dr. Proctor went to preach. He's sitting in the chapel in the chair right behind the pulpit waiting to preach. And he asked the dean, he said, "Whatever happened to the old dean?" He said, "Well, the old dean gave his life to the construction of this chapel. We love him. We miss him, but he's gone now. And so we buried him." Dr. Proctor said, "Tell me, where'd you bury him?" "Well, because he loved this chapel, so we buried him under the pulpit." And so Dr. Proctor said, "You mean to tell me when I stand up to preach, I'll be preaching over?" And Dr. Proctor said he got up and began to jump up and down because God had vindicated him and he was preaching over his. Don't you worry when folk do you wrong. If you stay right, God will fight your battles. God will do right by you. God will do right for you.
Friendship West Baptist Church.